Hello everyone, welcome into Above My Pay Grade. My name is Eric. The world, dog keeps coming over here. The world elite and the people in charge want to keep the fiat Ponzi scheme going as much as possible. Big problem with that is the people left holding the bag in a Ponzi scheme are usually the people who can least afford it. And the same thing will happen with the fiat Ponzi scheme. And what do I mean by that? If you take a look at things like the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones Industrial Average, take a look at how much that has been returning over the last couple of years. Specifically, if you price it in something that the government cannot print. I don't care what you price it in. Price it in chicken breast for all I care. It's flat. If you price it in gold, which if you take a look at this chart, you'll see that the returns look a lot different than they do in dollar terms. And the problem with this fiat Ponzi, and it's been happening for a while, is this the whole boiling frog. It hasn't been happening fast enough for people to notice. And so they think they're getting rich, right? So if their home goes up in value, they're like, I'm rich. In reality, it's not that their house did anything. Their house didn't appreciate because more people are moving to their area. The dollar depreciated. So if the government is trying to get out of this Ponzi scheme, which they are, they're stuck between the debt they have and the payment they have to make on it. And now you see why the IRS hired so many more people. Why in the Inflation Reduction Act is it so important to have more enforcers of the tax system? Watch this happen. More rules will come out, more draconian tax measures, because this is a dying system. The system doesn't work anymore. And the reason the system doesn't work, and I've said this in many other videos, there's no more road to kick the can down. And why is that? Because we have now so much debt that the interest alone takes up a huge majority, a massively huge majority of our tax receipts. And that's a huge problem. Why? Because we have inflation now. And inflation is politically unpalatable. And so they're stuck because if they try to raise interest rates to fight inflation, that raises interest rates on their debt. You see the problem. So they're going to scheme 6 different ways from Sunday to leave you holding the bag. If you look at charts like this, the Fed balance sheet, and you compare it to the Dow Jones Industrial Average and just the S&P 500 returns, you're not getting richer, folks. The dollar's getting weaker. You are not getting richer. And oftentimes it takes these companies a while for, it'll look like they're making great profits during an inflationary time. In reality, it just takes a while to work its way through the system. And I said this about unemployment the other day. It just takes a while to work its way through the system. And eventually it will. And it'll catch up. And just like this bear market rally that we have going on right now in the stock market, the fundamentals of this market are absolutely hot garbage. And the rich people need the plebes, the people who are benefiting from the system. And so when I say they, I mean the people who are benefiting. Politicians, bankers, central bankers. There's a lot of people that benefit from the ability to print and lend money. Think about it. The closer you are to the money, the more you benefit, right? And so in an inflationary system, there are winners and there are losers. The majority of the people are losers, but they need those losers to hold the bag. They need them to be the people that still believe in the fiat system. And so they're going to keep selling if you keep buying. This dog. They're going to keep selling if you keep buying. I hope through channels like this that you stop buying, that you realize one day, and I think the thing for me is this day, obviously it gets closer, but the probability of this day coming gets greater as the fiat system dies. And the day I'm talking about is the day where your average citizen will do anything in the world to get rid of dollars. They get paid. As soon as they get paid, they want to get rid of it. They want to buy anything because they realize that this thing is worthless. And this thing can't stop being printed. The fiat system, the way it works, they have to print more of these things. They have to devalue it. And when the majority of people think this, then it's too late. Then it's too late to benefit and be like, oh, okay, maybe I should have owned assets that the government can't print. Because when everyone's running to those assets, you are not going to benefit at all. So that's a whole lot of talking. What am I trying to say? Buy things the government can't print. Because these things that you see going up in value, it's because the dollar is losing value. And if you're saving in dollars, you are going to be the loser that is holding the bag. And they're trying to pull the wool over people's eyes with things like the S&P 500 and stuff, but you saw that chart. It's directly tied to Fed monetary policy. So the Fed's balance sheet and the S&P 500 tied at the hip. You tell me what you think. You tell me if you think this Ponzi, how much longer you think this Ponzi scheme is going to last. But I think it's only a matter of time. I think the desperate things they're doing by like hiring 87,000 IRS agents in a booming economy, they're going to fight to keep the system going because they benefit from it. But your average citizen isn't awake yet, isn't awake to the idea that this can't be fixed. This is a feature, not a bug. This isn't temporary. This is how fiat works. This is how the Ponzi works. There are beneficiaries and there are losers, and the people closer to the printer, politicians and bankers, make a lot of money, and they want to prevent that system from falling apart. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you guys in the next one. Peace.